Democrats have seemingly abandoned voting rights as an issue after months of framing it as a crisis threatening our democracy. President Joe Biden and other Democrats had said recent voting reforms in Georgia, Texas, and beyond would suppress the vote in harmful ways. Republicans had argued the reforms were meant to restore trust in elections. Vice President Kamala Harris warned earlier this year that many Georgia voters would not be able to cast their ballots thanks to the state's new election law.
And I have met with voters in Georgia. I have heard your outrage about the anti-voter law here and how many voters will likely be kept from voting. And Georgia is not alone.
But Georgia has seen record-breaking turnout in the early vote ahead of this week's primaries. Officials said they recorded a 212% increase in voter turnout over 2020, which was a presidential election year.
Early voting right now is astronomical. It's record turnout with the new law in place. In all kinds of communities, black, white, Hispanic, everybody is up, and the voting is not finished.
In Texas, turnout for its primaries earlier this year was higher than it was for the past 6 midterm primaries, despite Democratic criticisms of its election reforms. Biden and Harris have quietly stopped pushing for a voting rights bill that just a few months ago they said was urgently needed to protect democracy. Harris, who Biden put in charge of spearheading the voting rights push, has held few recent events about the issue, according to an LA Times analysis. With Democrats facing low approval numbers heading into the midterms, they continue to grasp around for an issue that will motivate their supporters to show up in November. Sarah Westwood for the Washington Examiner.